Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Semmerauer. We start today with your business news sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The first major U.S. trade show since the pandemic is happening right here in Vegas. We're talking about the world of concrete. Review-Journal's Jen Ah has the exciting news. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning to you, Renee. This is such a big deal for Las Vegas as visitor numbers have been climbing, but business travel has yet to recover. Across the country, all eyes are on Vegas to see how this World of Concrete trade show fares this week. This event usually happens in January, so our expert says getting even half of the usual attendance would be considered a success.
The usual attendance is about 60,000, but there may not be quite as many this time just because this is the time of year when they're usually really busy. So a convention of 30,000 would probably be very happy. Everybody would be pretty happy to have that.
Later tonight, we'll be giving you a more in-depth look into the impact of the world of concrete, what it means for Vegas's economic recovery, alongside reporter James Schaefer. So stay tuned. Renee?
And now for more top stories sponsored by Carnegie Heights. We're learning more about the events leading up to when Daniel Helseth of Las Vegas was found dead. New court documents show his friends and family had tried to reach him for days, but his daughter had sent them messages to throw them off. 16-year-old Sierra Helseth and her boyfriend, 18-year-old Aaron Guerrero, are charged in Daniel's killing. Records show Sierra's grandmother asked for Daniel to call her, though Sierra responded with excuses why he couldn't. According to testimony, one video showed Guerrero saying, quote, "Welcome back to our YouTube channel 3 days after the murder." We know that Nevada will now hold presidential primaries instead of caucuses. What we don't know is how early these primaries will be. The legislature approved a bill that would hold presidential primaries on the first Tuesday of February. That would make Nevada the first state in the nation to cast its ballots, but some obstacles remain.
Both parties would have to sign up on that. There's two different states that vote in front of us that would, have some say in that and are very likely to fight us on that. That would be pretty difficult. It's going to take quite a lot of work from both parties in order to make this happen. We know that the Democrats are going to push really, really hard to make Nevada first, to play on Nevada's diversity and various parts of the state that should make it vote first. But really, it's probably going to be a year or two before we really know if there's going to be any sort of change in the nominating calendar.
Pretty soon, fans will be flocking to Allegiant Stadium, and one way they might eventually get there is through a tunnel. The Raiders are in talks with Elon Musk's Boring Company to link the proposed underground Las Vegas loop to the stadium. Raiders president Mark Bourdain said that the team would welcome a station at Allegiant.
They can bore these tunnels at about a mile a week, so to have it down to the stadium, they want to do the whole strip, obviously, and do each station at all these different casinos. So, it's going to take some time. I wouldn't imagine, it's going to be done anytime this year.
Now let's take a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour Air is here for you. The red flag warning is still in effect today. Expect gusts to reach about 30 miles per hour in some areas. The wind cooling us down a bit. Sunny skies and a high of near 94 degrees is forecasted for today. For the rest of the week, remember that the red flag warning will stick around until 8 p.m. Wednesday. Still sunny skies, highs staying in the 90s, evening lows in the mid to upper 70s. In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. Some people will be returning to their offices in the near future, and you might be concerned about how to stay healthy when you do. Our friends at GoBankingRates.com put together some tips for returning back to the office safely. First, clean everything you touch frequently, including your keyboard and your phone. Next, avoid using your coworkers' office supplies. That includes grabbing a pen or pencil off of your colleague's desk. And finally, if you're not feeling well, notify your supervisor and stay home until you do. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, now you can travel to some popular places while learning to fly all at the same time. All In Aviation is offering destination flight lesson packages where you can take control of a plane along with a certified flight instructor as you travel to destinations like the Hoover Dam, Zion National Park, and of course the Grand Canyon. Flights take off from North Las Vegas Airport or Henderson Executive Airport. No previous flying experience is required, and each customer gets a special certificate containing a pilot logbook entry.
Now with the latest in sports, I'm Leandre Fox. This summer, Las Vegas will be home to one of the largest sports entertainment events when Allegiant Stadium hosts WWE SummerSlam on August 21st, becoming the first NFL venue to host the event. The WWE has been hosting events exclusively in the state of Florida since the beginning of the pandemic in March 2020 and will resume a touring schedule on July 16th, leading up to the annual summertime card. Tickets for the full capacity event will go on sale June 18th.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Utah Jazz will host the Los Angeles Clippers in Game 1 of their second round NBA playoff series tonight. The Jazz are minus 135 favorites at William Hill Sportsbook to win the series, while the Clippers are plus 115 to advance to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. Utah is a 3.5-point favorite in the series opener, and the total is 221. The Jazz are the 4-1 second choice to win the NBA title, and LA is 5-1.
In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada, the Las Vegas Philharmonic will open its new season on November 20th at Reynolds Hall. The orchestra last performed together in March of last year, and their conductor is looking forward to getting the musicians back together.
An orchestra is first and foremost a collection of wonderful individuals, especially the Las Vegas Philharmonic. They've all known each other for years, and you sit next to the same person for 30 years, you get to know what they're all about. And we haven't been able to do that at all for a year and a half. And I know that when we have our first rehearsal on this stage, it's going to be very emotional.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. If you have a Roku device, search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas Breaking News streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here later today for 7 at 7 p.m. from the Las Vegas Review Journal. Have a great day.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.